So throughout the semester, I was very impacted with a lot of the readings that we had, specifically with the court cases, that being the Brown versus Board of Education, the Lemon Grove incident, and all the cases that we learned about. Specifically these only because I'm going to be a teacher, and that's like what I'm going for, what I'm going to school for, because even though it's not as bad as it used to be, there still is some kind of segregation, and we see that with the bullying because people aren't the same color and all this nonsense. That really hit home for me, only because I don't want to experience that as a future educator, and if I do, I know which ways to squash that situation. That being said, with the video of the high schoolers that were doing the race for $100, and you never know what people go through, and you never know their background. Everybody has a background, no matter the color of your skin, the race that you are, anything of that sort. That's one of the walkaways that I would have after taking this course. And I really appreciate Dr. Madrigal bringing this to light to all of us and showing us different ways that education has changed throughout the years, and how we saw that African Americans and Asians and white people were being discriminated and so on and so forth. Way less white people, but more of the African American and more of the Chicano people, because not a lot of people knew about that. Not a lot of people knew that us, as well as being Latinos and Latinas, we were being discriminated as well, and not a lot of people knew that. A lot of people only knew about the whole African American civil rights movement and everything. And once I'm done with the semester and you guys all see my website on the Chicano civil rights movement, I hope that we all can gain the knowledge that it actually happened to us as well. And we can see how everything has impacted since the very beginning, from Brown versus Board of Education to the Lemon Grove incident to Plessy versus Ferguson. And just like in the reading that we did this week, it gave us more cases of how in college there was also students who were impacted and who agreed that diversity was linked to higher education, because a lot of people don't think that Latinos or Latinas are going to go into college. We saw that in the segregation process, that there was a very high dropout rate, and that nobody believed that they would even pass middle school, high school, because they were dropping out since the 7th grade. So that being said, now that the majority of the population here in El Paso, that being said, is Latino or Latina, and we are in college and we're getting degrees and trying to get a degree and going to school, we're not giving up, we're not becoming a stereotype. And that's what I think that's one of the major things that I learned throughout this course, is not to stereotype people, not to judge them because of their color, because of their education, because of their race, their sex, their gender, anything. Do not stereotype people, because everybody comes from somewhere, and the way that they want to achieve their goals is the way that they're going to achieve them. It has to go through them first, no matter anything. It just doesn't matter if you're Mexican, you're African American, you're Anglo, you're Asian. It does not matter at this point. And at this day and age, it's not as bad as it was in the past, but there still is segregation out there, and there still is people judging other people, and that's not the way that it should be.